Hello, Scorpio. So here's your reading for the week of, I think, March 5th through about the 11th. These are general. Take what works, and what doesn't work just doesn't work. But if you stumble upon this reading at a later date, there may be something in it for you. But let's see what the cards have to say. In your recent past position, you have the Ace of Swords. In your current energies, you have the Two of Swords. In your near future, you have the Three of Cups. Your challenge for the week is the Ten of Swords reversed. And what's recommended for you is the Five of Swords. You have a lot going on in your mind right now. Okay, so the Ace of Swords indicates in your recent past, you had a new idea, or there was some kind of new way of thinking about something. Something kind of popped in your head, or you decided you're going to do something a little differently. But currently, you're in this indecision type of mode. You might have a few different options, and you're trying to figure out what one is the best for you. So you're stuck, in a sense. You're not really making a decision on something, so you kind of remain a little bit stuck. Like you're not deciding, you're not really moving forward. You're stuck with something. Whatever this is, you're a little bit... There's a block, there's a little bit of a momentary where you're just not moving forward regarding the situation because you don't know maybe the best way forward. This sometimes is, to me, the devil you know versus the devil you don't. There might be something that you're doing or involved in that you know is not great for you, but you may not really know the new thing, how that's going to work out or if that's going to be better. So you might just be in a situation where it's like, okay, well, we're not really moving forward here with this. I don't know what to do. And you're trying to figure that out. But what's coming in for you is very positive because you have the Three of Cups. So this is all about celebrations. This could be, family, friends, people kind of supporting you and you're celebrating something. So that's extremely positive. But your challenge for the week is the Ten of Swords in reverse. Now, the Ten of Swords in the upright is a card of something being over. Like the worst is over, something is done, it's finished, the ending has happened, and now you just need to move forward. But in the reverse, it's almost like you're still holding on, like you're not moving forward. You know, you're still kind of either the pain or whatever this is, you're not letting it go, and it's hindering you from moving on. And I think that's why you're still with this Two of Swords, is that you're holding on to something of the past that has happened, and it's just blocking you from just pushing forward. But the Five of Swords is recommended for you. Now, the Five of Swords, it's an interesting card. I have a few different opinions on the card, and I will share them here with you today. So the Five of Swords, it's a little bit of card of like winning at all costs. Now, some of the people, they fought a battle and they lost, and some of them on the card are moving on. They've decided they're just cutting their losses and they're moving on. So this could indicate some of you just have to cut your losses and move on and let go and just move on. But the card could also, I also see it as a card of winning. Obviously, it's winning at all costs, but like competition. Now, in certain aspects, competition and coming out the winner is not necessarily a bad thing. Like if you're going on a job interview and this job could potentially change your life, the person that's going to put in the most effort into learning about the company, presenting themselves the best, really, having a great resume, everything, all aspects is going to wind up winning and getting that job. So then it could change their life. So it depends on really the situation, if you need to let go of something and move on, or if you need to step up your game and really go towards something at full speed ahead. You'll know for yourself, but whatever is recommended for you is either kind of letting go towards something, go of something, or you have to really come with your A game. You have to step it up and get it done, because only one person is going to win this thing. And if you want it, the person that's going to win is the one that wants it the most. So how much do you want this? So that's how I see the Five of Swords. And you're going to know for your situation, because this is your challenge, letting go. So this technically being represented for you or recommended for you here, it could just be saying that you need to let go. This could be another card of being like, you just really need to let go of this situation. But this also could indicate that maybe whatever didn't quite work out this time, you might need to come more competitive with next time. So you might need to let go of it this time. Whatever's happened is finished. You need to let go of that. But next time, if it is a situation where you have to be a little bit more competitive, like even in a job interview or whatever, you got to come correct next time. You have to come with your A game, and you have to kind of see the mistakes you made the first time around and really come at it hard next time. So take that how that works for you. But I think definitely celebration is coming in for you. There's going to be something that you will be celebrating. A situation will happen where you'll be happy again. So take that how that works. But let's see what else we get for you with the cards. So first up, you have Koala Spirit. Spirit has a plan, and I think this is saying that whatever maybe didn't quite work out for you, what you're a little bit stuck on, what you're not moving forward with, maybe this was part of a plan to really get you to learn something, and next time this situation comes up or next time you do whatever this is, you're going to be better able to do it. Like for instance, the Five of Swords, with it being kind of a little bit more of a competitive winner-loser type of energy, you might have lost this round, but those guys walking off on the traditional card, they are walking off, they're upset, they're heartbroken, they're walking off, they lost the day. But I am sure that at least one of those guys is going to walk off and be like, you know what, next time I'm going to get that bastard. That's what's going on. He's now going to go home and he's going to figure out what he screwed up about, how can he do it better, and next time he's in that situation, what is he going to do differently to win that day? So I think this is not a card necessarily of giving up. I think it's like, you kind of got screwed a little bit, but what are you going to do next time around where you're going to have a different outcome? So I think whatever this is, if you did go through a hard time, if something just didn't work out for you, you need to let certain aspects go. But in letting go, you don't need to just surrender. It's like, okay, that didn't work out. That really sucked. But you know what? Next time around, I'm going to do it this way, and I'm going to see how this goes. So I think that this by Spirit has a plan. Sometimes you just develop a thicker skin. Every time something doesn't work out, you could either, wallow in the misery, in a sense, or you could use that as like, you know what? Okay, that definitely didn't work out. That really sucked. I don't want to go through that again. How am I not going to go through that again? And start figuring it out. So some of this stuff might be almost like a learning lesson. And I think you will have some type of victory or something to celebrate. So I definitely think you learned a lesson, and I think you're going to be going about things a little differently. But you definitely need to, I don't want to say move on, because sometimes it's easier said than done, but you need to kind of let something go and now start thinking about, well, what can I do differently next time? Now, as you're right, get laser focused. I think this is saying that you need to figure out the strategy going forward a little bit, or a different game plan. And I think this is with this Two of Swords. I think once you let something go, you're going to be out of this Two of Swords energy, and you're going to be probably strategizing, because I think, to me, this is a card of a little bit, because maybe the guy who won on this, he was maybe a little bit more strategic about it to win. So he came at it a little bit with more finesse, a little bit more knowledge, a little bit more of a strategy, and a little bit more oomph, like he wanted it. So you might have to come back to center and figure some of those details out, like how much do you want this, or what do you want? Because maybe whatever this was is not, you realize it's not really what you want, but that's fine, because now you've learned that. So what is it that you want? You're going to have to kind of refigure some things out. Now, the Snake. Competition, enemy, clever, malicious, look over your shoulder, the other woman. So this could be, this is about competition as well, or enemy. So there might have been somebody that screwed you and that you either need to walk away from because you're still holding on to that upsetness with it. So it could have been somebody kind of screwed you over and you really need to move on. But I think this is saying also with the Five of Swords, because to me, some of the people leaving that battlefield are going to be a little more clever next time. So I think they're learning and they're going to figure out how to go about something a little different to make it more beneficial for them. Because I definitely think you have celebration. You definitely have something good coming in for you. So, but you just need to let go. Now, abundance, keep a positive mindset, manifest exactly what you want, gratitude, bliss. So this is also about being laser focused. Like once you know exactly what you want, it's easier for it to come to you because you're not wasting your time on things that you don't want. So I think that's really positive, and I think you definitely have good things coming towards you. Romantic feelings, your feelings are real and worth exploring. And I think this is saying that even if you lost the battle or whatever this was, it didn't really work out well, you need to acknowledge, because sometimes when you really explore your feelings and you go a little deeper, like I don't always love exploring my feelings. I'm not kind of one of those people that are going to be like, oh, my feelings. Like I'm like, it's annoying to me. It's annoying that I even have feelings. So, but that's just the way I am. But I'm trying to explore certain things, go a little deeper and figure out certain aspects of myself, because it's easier then to kind of move forward. Or if you feel like you're hitting up against a block, why am I hitting up against the block? Why is it affecting me this way? So it's all that kind of, what do they call it? I think shadow work or whatever it is now, or whatever, feeling work, whatever this is. But I think this is saying that whatever is holding you back and hindering you, you need to understand why is it doing that. Because once you figure that out, it's easier to move on from it. It's easier, even if it's not necessarily moving on, it's easier to kind of be like, okay, I'm going to put this in a shelf, on the shelf. It happened, it's there, I'm upset, but I'm not going to let this ruin my day today. I'm going to just stick it on the shelf, and today I'm going to focus on today. I'm going to focus on the good aspects of my life, and I'm going to focus on how can I make something better for next time? Like if you lost the battle this time, how are you going to win the war type of attitude? So, okay. Now let's see what quote we get for you. You can't run from the shadow, but you can invite it to dance. And I think this is saying life sucks, kind of. Sometimes we have things that just really don't work out well. Everybody goes through it. I do not believe anybody that's ever lived has ever had a perfect life. There's always some mess somewhere along the way. So I think this is saying that unfortunately you're going to have times where things are just not good, but you could either let it seep into you and create blocks where you can't actually live a fulfilling life, or you could just somehow figure out a way that you can get through it and figure out how to make things better for yourself moving forward and live the best life that you can potentially live. The happiest life, I should say, that you could potentially live. So, and this is also about learning from mistakes or experiences that didn't go well. So then it's not haunting you. It's almost like you danced with them. You went through it. It's almost like you've gained some type of knowledge, but it's not something that haunts you. You like took your power back in a sense. So, and let's see what affirmation card we have for you. Today I'm focused. Today I will be productive and feel good about doing the hard work that I need to do. And I feel like this is you potentially with the Five of Swords. If you lost the battle, okay, now you need to go home and now you need to figure out how you're going to win it next time. What were the weaknesses? What had happened? What was the problem? How can you better yourself? So I definitely think this is really positive, and this is about doing the daily grind, the daily details to help you achieve what you want in the long term. And sometimes it's annoying. Okay, let's call it for what it is. Sometimes those daily details are really annoying and we don't want to do them. I feel you. I know. But we got to put in the work every single day to eventually get to what we want in the future. And if you have to shift up certain things, maybe you realize one day, like, you know what, this is not what I really want, then switch gears. You have to be happy. I think the meaning of life, or not even the meaning of life, I think the goal of life is to be like happy, to die as happy as possible. So, okay, and let's see what Bob Ross has to say for you today. You know me. I think there ought to be a big old tree right about there. And let's give him a friend. Everybody needs a friend. And I think this is fantastic. I think you need to have a friend. Bob Ross is saying that, like, just put a tree somewhere and he's going to have a friend. So maybe this is you reaching out to your friends and you guys finding something to celebrate, or your friends shift up your energy. Because some people, when you're around them, you just feel happy. It could be silly or whatever it is, but they just make you feel happy. So I think if you're going through a little bit of a rough patch, to shift out of this mindset, maybe do something that makes you happy. Like even if it's, I don't know, taking your dog hiking or something, you know, whatever makes you happy. So, because sometimes that helps, like, get you out of this funk, this kind of indecision, this kind of stuck energy. If you feel happy, then you kind of look at the problem again, and it makes you realize, the important things in life. Sometimes the things that we get really upset with, they're important, but they're not as important down the road as they are in the moment. So that's great. Now let's see what spirit of the dish shall be with you this week. You have the spirit of the refried, which is the spirit of the refried beans. Now for your dinner and a movie, you have comedy films and Italian food. And for the energies you either need to tap into or be aware of, and you have Taurus, and they're about love, money, and powers of attraction. But Taurus is a very fixed sign. They're very steady. They're not movable. Like if you set your mind to something, like you're not changing the Taurus's mind if it wants to do something. You can't, it's a big bull. Like you can't really move it out of a way. If he wants to stand there, he's going to stand there. So I think some of this, if you really want whatever this represents that may not have gone well, you just might need to be more fixed. Like you might need to just be like, okay, well, this is what I want. I know this is what I want in my life. Yeah, it didn't work out, but that's okay because I'm going to do the work. I'm going to figure out how to make this work out. And even if it's something different in the future, you're going to make it work for you. So I think that's really great. That's kind of like the daily grind as well. Being committed to something for the long term and having that energy and that daily commitment to achieve it for the long term. And now you also have Aquarius. And Aquarius is about independence and eccentricity, and they're a little bit like outside the box thinkers a little bit. So you might need to come at this a little bit differently, because I feel like the guy who won the day on this Five of Swords, he might have came at it a little outside the box. Like he was like, you know what? I got this crazy idea and I'm going to try it and it's going to help me win. And I think maybe the other people that lost are walking away because they're like, we didn't see that coming. So you might need to come at something a little differently, which is great. Now, you also have the sun here, which represents ego, individuality, and confidence. So be confident in yourself. And you also have Uranus here, which is about independence and eccentricity as well. So you have the second house, which represents money, possessions, physical environment, and your self-esteem. And you have the fourth house, which represents the home, intuition, parenting, and children. And you have the number 6 here, which is an even number. So the special guest that will be answering your question today, Scorpio, shall be Mr. Predicto. Think of those questions because he'll be out here momentarily. You have X, O, M, B, D, 02347 or 02347. And you have strength. And I think this is saying that like you have the strength to push forward. Sometimes you just need to dig deep and find that inner strength to keep on going. But I think you will. You're going to be fine. And something good is coming in for you anyway. So let's see what little charmy we get for you. You have the fish. The boned fish. Now, this guy had a really bad day. He's been picked clean. Like these birds came in, these seagulls, and they harassed him and they like chewed off all his flesh. So he's having a really bad day. But I like to think positively. And I think this guy, even though he's had a rough time, he's going to build himself back much stronger next time. He's going to grow thicker skin. He might have like some kind of armor. Maybe he's going to even have a fort. So next time these birds come around to harass him, he's going to be ready for these things. He's going to be like, you want to harass me? Maybe he's going to even find some like kind of poison that's like doesn't soak into his skin, but that, and he's like immune to or something. So if they try to like touch him or lick him, they're in for it. So this fish is going to come back much stronger than he had before because he went through this situation. So I think that's what's going on with this guy. Okay, I should give him a name. I'm going to think about the name. Anyway, so it is time. Let me bring him on out. Okay, Scorpios. Think of your question and let us ask. Oh, Mr. Predicto, the most accurate fortune-telling device that's ever run off of batteries. What is the answer to Scorpio's question?
Without hesitation, yes.
Oh, so that was a big yes, and that was a without hesitation yes. So that was a fast yes. So hopefully that's a good answer to the question because it sounded pretty good. So anyway, I hope you all have a wonderful week, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.